Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Falli here, and welcome back to Modded Ready or Not. This is a mission called Shattered Remains, which was included in Shattered Nerve mission, or mod pack that I played last time. I don't think this is really based on anything. Like the mod creation page says it's also based on the SWAT 3 map, but it seems very different, thematic-wise. Anyway, using some modded weapons this time. This is the cold, 933 I talked about at the end of the last video. I really like these short air variants, especially with the carry handle. Like the main game has the Mark 18, right? But it's just not quite the same. Given the AI squad mates, and also some custom weapons just randomly more or less. Like this is from Resident Evil, since we will be encountering evil residents probably. Sorry. Old school AR-15, also with the carry handle. Balkan, Ukrainian bullpup AK essentially, and this guy have, like, this is a really strange one. This is like a bullpup parts kit for an, AR-15, and I don't know. These assets, most of these mods are from Chinese modding community, which on its own is kind of interesting, but I really wonder how they find out about stuff like this, because, I think I'm kind of in the gun community online more or less, and I didn't know about it. I suppose they just, check it out on kind of SHOT Show or some content creators or whatever, same as me. But yeah, I don't know, it's just stat-wise it's exactly the same as the Mark 18 from what I can tell, except can give it like a PMAC with 5 more rounds. So, whatever. Moving on to the mission. This one is kind of a strange or unusual one. We're essentially investigating the family home of a woman who had just committed suicide and is supposedly a child. 4-year-old boys still in the building, and yeah, I mean, this is Dina Shepherd is his mother, right? She's been, she committed suicide by jumping off a highway bridge. Struggled with narcotic use. Yeah, this is the grandmother, who had custody of the child, and so domestic incidents, suspected to be biological father, individual who assaulted her, the mother. So let's see how this one plays out. So I couldn't, find a singular case this is based on, and I don't even think it's based on a mission from like SWAT 3 or something. It's definitely not SWAT 4, but I think it's kind of unusual for a SWAT team to respond to like essentially a welfare check. I think they would just send, like a patrol officer. Okay, so I can definitely already see the connection. This is the same map, just at night. That's neat. Okay, so it's not thematically or story-wise connected. It just reused the house. Let's see, maybe, can do this without getting everyone killed. Okay, can't see anything through the windows. I think I talked about this in a previous video, but okay, what's with this guy just standing there with a fucking AR-15? They didn't say anything about him suspecting, the police. Sure, there's no tripwire on the door. Yeah, I brought the taser this time. Taser is actually an acronym which I think is kind of funny. It's like something something electric rifle, and it's based on some, you know, old school children's book where some kid has an, you know, electronic rifle, and I don't know, find it a bit noteworthy. That's why I talk about it. Taser. Oh, this is fucking real crack home this time. Notice I said crack home instead of crack house. Because, you know, Button of the Army. Commendation of Francisco Laguna. That's fucking reused assets again. I remember when, prior to the full release, there was all this, you know, theory crafting about Sergeant Laguna, and it's just some asset they bought. Come on, bro. Kind of fun. Show us a mod with a nightstick. And this is also like the Requiem has this custom animation with when you melee, you know, instead of okay, just fucking ate around from the Requiem. That's cool. A lot of stuff going on right now. Man, didn't even get to shoot anyone this time. It's the only reason I became a policeman. You know, to enforce the state monopoly on violence. Anyway, as I was saying, guy just ate a fucking 50 cal round, and the Requiem does use 50 cal rounds. You know, I was wondering what, like, because this is based on a real gun, like what the like use case could possibly be for that, and I haven't found anything conclusive, but I've read that it was built for like Russian SWAT units who needed like a one-handed weapon, while dudes carrying shields that could blast open like reinforced metal doors, and yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but kick. So, custom animations for the Requiem. So instead of doing this stupid muzzle step thingy, just do this toddler kicks in the shin kick. So if you try to check the ammo without, you know, so if you aim, you know, you do this normal inspection, do it without aiming, you do this, you know, admiring your Counter-Strike double offensive skin shit. Anyway, there's a kid in here. I've already heard it. Yeah, me neither, kid. Die. Shut up, mom. Okay. Civilian killed. Okay. Kick. Wonder how the civilian died. Is it like someone overdosing or something and we're just slow? Oh, that's neat. They changed the layout by blocking this hallway. That's cool. It's one way out, constant surveillance. Oh, this is reused from the Twisted Nerve map. You know, I wonder. Oops. Oh, you know, guys, that is fucking crazy premonition again. Let's reach and click flashbang, sure. Anyway, something I found out is you climb the ladder and, you know, eventually reach the platform here, can destroy this window and move in through there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So That's why, you know, you can... That's why you can climb up there. Didn't know that on my first playthrough of this map, so... Well, how about you eat shit and die, son? Stop resisting. Well, I guess we'll go find the child. Oh yeah, I changed my weapon just because, you know, I can. Look at the view model, it doesn't really look that much different from the, you know, base game Mark 18, which I guess makes sense because it's like, you know, parts kit for it. Bro, are you kidding me? Oops. You'll get no sympathy from me. One, because I don't have any movement ones left, and two, because it's completely your own fault. And I wish I could, you know, rifle butt them in the face and instead of just doing this little muzzle stab thing. I don't know what you want to call it. We were trying to do that when, like, you know, to ensure dudes were dead, to just stab them on the face with it, to see if they would react, but... How about you lick my boots, son? See? It's the problem with body armor, it doesn't cover your face. Shut up, kid. You know, they say, you know, Radio Not is so dark and gritty, like the Half-Life 2 better, but just really pull their punches, you know, especially with the censorship that came with the console release. So you had this in, like the crack house. No, don't do that. Get this, you know, child convulsing and, you know, obviously dying from overdose or something, and they changed it so it's just, you know, sleeping, so... It's just weak, man. They don't have... You know, they tease all these things, but they don't have the guts to pull all the way through with that, you know what I mean? It's this entire discussion about, you know, Radio Not isn't propaganda because, oh, you see all these horrible events and first of all, that's not really what people are criticizing when they say propaganda. The problem is all police actions in this game are always 100% justified. Even, you know, shit like swatting turn out to be justified retroactively. You know, you don't just, you know, accost a guy in his home and a no-knock warrant, and when he fights back, you know, shoot him. You do a swatting on someone and turns out, oh, actually it was 1,000,000,000% justified, you know. It's kind of a... Oh, come on, dude. Just give up. Patience is limited, unlike my authority. It's a cool quote, you know. Live in this fucking crack house but I have an iPhone, and that's really the most realistic thing I've seen in this game so far. Anyway. Yeah, I think they call that the lipstick effect in economics. When people can't afford, you know, large luxuries, they buy these low-grade, you know, consumer items. Obviously, prefers mostly to sticks, that's the name, but I think this applies here too. You know, if you can't afford rent or a car or anything, then maybe you can take out a payday loan for fucking newest iPhone. You know, this is something I really don't understand. Why did they turn this kind of harrowing, you know, child endangerment story into this giant underground meth lab and just turned into a shooting gallery? I don't know, I don't think that... Man. Okay. You know what they're going for, like the Children of Tyrone thing from SWAT 4, but there it's shocking because it's set up very well, and here it's like, okay, go through this underground Call of Duty corridor, and then, oh no, there's a child grave. Okay. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what can you say about it that I haven't already said on the first playthrough of this? Like, you know, this map in quotes. You know, I like that they reused the map and put a unique spin on it again, and, you know, kind of changed the layout, like there being a basement now and whatever. What's this? Oh, you can climb up there, that's new. Ah, okay, that's neat. Yeah, I don't know. I think they tried to set up something really nice here with this child endangerment story and having you rescue them from like this crack house, but then they just went overboard, you know, like, oh, there's actually an underground basement here full of, I mean, all basements are underground, but underground catacombs here. So, you know, oh, you have to clear out, you know, 4 meth heads with AR-15s from there. And, oh, actually there's two graves in the, you know, under the house. And, I don't know. I mean, the idea was neat. I just feel like less is more in these cases. That's going to be it for me for this video, and I don't know, I'll try to look for more custom maps, but the problem is a lot of them were just not ported yet to the newest version of the game, you know, with the new DLC, so there's a bunch of cool stuff, like there's one where you sold the old, you know, pre-release precinct, and, you know, it's been taken over by these, the hand terrorists. And what else? There's like one that puts like a Resident Evil 2 map into the game, and I mean, there was a bunch of cool stuff. I hope I'll see that ported soon, and then we'll, you know, play it. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be it. As I said, I'll see you in the next one.